Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us today as we hold this ceremony in remembrance of 9/11. There was a terrible tragedy that happened 12 years ago, and it's important that we keep it close to our hearts and always recognize the individuals who lost their lives that day. This afternoon, we will have students from both programs who will come up and share their thoughts and feelings and what they remember. We will also be recognizing two former TCD students that, as a result of 9/11, have lost their lives. Our first program that will be coming up is our Fire Science program. Presenting the Fire Science gear this afternoon is Gabrielle Lecco-Miller, C.C. Gillian, Matt Zarnecki, and Jeffrey Martz. Our 9/11 reader is Colton Bach. Our Fire Science reader, recognizing Sam Watts, is Matt Duffy. Carrying the photo is Claudia Aman, and presenting the flowers at the flagpole will be Christina Chasso. Can I have the Fire Science students please come forward? You can present the gear. Our first 9/11 reader is Colton.
We are gathered here today to honor the lives of the 2,753 individuals who we lost 12 years ago today. This number is shocking, but would have been greater if not for the brave men and women who gave their lives for the preservation of others. On this day, 343 firefighters and paramedics made the ultimate sacrifice. Let us not mourn their deaths, but celebrate their lives. Let us celebrate their courage. Let us celebrate their compassion. Let us celebrate the fact that there are people in this world ready and willing to go great lengths to help others. Not because they are told they must, but because they feel they must. Let us learn from their example and continue to persevere in the face of adversity. The attacks of September 11th were intended to break our spirits. Let them not. Instead, let them unify us as a nation, because in the end, we are one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, and never forget.
Today, we remember the sacrifice of a former TCD student, Sam Watts. U.S. Army Specialist Samuel T. Watts, age 20, died May 19, 2012, of wounds he sustained from an IED blast while on patrol in Afghanistan. Amongst his many awards were the Bronze Star, Purple Heart, and Army Commendation Medal. Sam attended Wheaton North High School and enrolled in TCD's Fire Science program his junior and senior year. In 2009, he volunteered to participate in TCD's annual 9/11 memorial ceremony, laying flowers at the flagpole. The attacks of September 11th inspired Sam at an early age to serve his country someday. After graduating in 2010, he put his firefighter career plans on hold and enlisted in the Army. After airborne training, he was deployed to Afghanistan in January 2012. His company commander said of him, "Sam was a guy you wanted on your team. He was a fighter." Sam's family described him as a man who could be himself around anybody and love the people around him. In his short time here, he lived a full life. Today, Fire Science puts flowers at the flagpole in honor of the firefighters and first responders killed on 9/11, and for the memory of Fire Science alum Samuel Watts.
Thank you, Fire Science. Criminal Justice would also like to share their thoughts and feelings and reflections from 9/11. Bringing up the criminal justice gear is Kyle DeMoro. Our 9/11 reader is Alexandria Maycott. Our criminal justice reader of a former TCD student, Sean Cardelli, is Andrew Hancock. Carrying the photo of Sean Cardelli is Mitchell Didier. And carrying the flowers and laying them at the flagpole is Brandon Temaseri. Criminal justice students, please come forward.
It was a devastating act of terrorism against America on American soil. It appeared fake. It was so horrific, people questioned if it was real or a hoax. Coming to find out this did take place, it caused utter disbelief. How could someone dislike our country, our people, so much to cause such heartache? It became known as 9/11. As we stand here today on September 11th, we remember the fallen. 2 out of the 4 hijacked planes were aimed for the World Trade Center. 2 great buildings were reduced to ashes. Over 3,000 people were killed in New York and Washington, D.C. 343 New York City firefighters lost their lives. They tried to evacuate civilians on the lower levels and bring others to safety. They went above and beyond. Today we honor their selfless lives and their heroic acts. As firemen and policemen, they willingly take the job to look danger in the eyes. They promise to serve and protect. In the face of impending death, these responders went into burning, collapsing buildings. Even though it is their job, we still marvel at their bravery. There's no greater act than risking your life for another. In the wake of this tragedy, those who tried to save lives are the real heroes. Every year we honor their courage and bravery, so today let's honor these men and women for giving the ultimate sacrifice.
Today, we remember former TCD student, U.S. Marine Private First Class Sean Cardelli, age 20, who was killed in Iraq on February 1st, 2006, when his post was attacked by sniper and machine gun fire. He was awarded the Purple Heart and Navy Marine Corps Achievement Medal. Sean attended TCD for 2 years in the culinary program, graduated from Lisle High School in 2004, and went on to College of DuPage to study culinary arts. His Lisle and TCD teachers described Sean as a very hardworking, focused student who understood the importance of teamwork. In 2005, he put his studies on hold to pursue a lifelong dream of becoming a U.S. Marine. He only served with his unit in Iraq for 1 month before his death. His family said of him, "He had the greatest smile and the strongest hug. We are so proud of him." Today, Criminal Justice puts flowers at the flagpole in honor of public safety officials and civilians killed on 9/11, and for the memory of TCD alum Sean Cardelli.
Thank you, criminal justice students. And thanks both of you, Fire Science and Criminal Justice, for those very thoughtful, sensitive, and caring words about the horrible tragedy that happened on September 11th. I'd like to take this time and ask everyone to observe a moment of silence, so if you would please bow your heads. I'd like to thank everyone again for participating with this event, especially Edison Fire Department for coming out here and being part of our 9/11 ceremony. And I look to you, our next generation, to carry forward this day with you and keep it in your hearts to always take a few minutes on September 11th to remember what happened to us and to just say a few thoughts about those that perished that day. Thank you.